This is the Filthy Rich Guide to never growing up.
Every kid dreams of being a billionaire. I know I did. So innocent.
But did you know that some billionaires dream of being a kid again?
And they have cash to make their never-growing old dreams come true.
So kids eventually stop dreaming big because when you're little and you tell your mommy you want to be a cowboy or a pirate or an astronaut, she tells you you're crazy and you can't do it. But when you're a billionaire, no one ever tells you you're crazy.
And when our first group of billionaires were kids, they dreamed of being musical gods. Meet the pretend rock stars.
Microsoft billionaire Paul Allen has a hobby. He's just a part-time rock star.
Paul Allen's youth was spent making billions with this guy, but his real dream? Rock and roll.
A lot of middle-aged guys have garage bands, but when you're a billionaire, your garage bands have famous classic rock artists.
And when Allen recorded a charity album in 2013, he picked up the phone and assembled an unparalleled supergroup.
He doesn't just strum in a regional bar. No. He enlists members of Heart, the Pretenders, and the Eagles to work with him.
Their album is called Everywhere at Once. The album got pretty good reviews, so bravo.
And bravo as well, Allen, for dropping $1.3 million for the Stratocaster Jimi Hendrix played at Woodstock. Truly the move of a billionaire rock star. And even when smashing guitars, he can't stop being an innovator. His trash guitar was a priceless, one-of-a-kind, hand-blown glass guitar made by renowned artist Dale Chihuly. Rock and roll. But while Allen's content to strum along with the band, not so for Norwegian hotel tycoon Petter Stordalen. He uses his $1.5 billion to grab the mic by the cojones and scream, "I'm a superstar."
Get the ball!
At least I think that's what he said. Of his many self-promoting daredevil PR stunts, none was more rock star than the opening of his Clarion Hotel in Gothenburg, Sweden in 2012.
This is the man who descended from a ceiling in a disco ball, wearing a white jumpsuit, playing the drums, and he sold it. This guy has brass balls. You have no doubt that he loves every single minute.
I mean, this has nothing to do with owning hotels, right? This is all about fulfilling a fantasy you had as a kid of being a rock star.
Get the ball!
And billionaire Warren Buffett is proof positive that the more money you have, the harder you rock.
I was working on the railroad, all the livelong day.
You'd expect nothing less from the Sage of Omaha. Not an electric guitar, but an old-school ukulele.
The ukulele may not exactly scream rock god, but when you have as much money as Warren Buffett, who cares what anyone else thinks?
Mr. Warren Buffett and I are going to perform for you. I've been groupies. I've been waiting all my life.
You gotta wonder how that conversation goes when he calls up John Bon Jovi and he says, "Hey, let's go jam, I'll bring my ukulele." But then again, when Warren Buffett calls, pretty much everyone answers the phone.
Some billionaires didn't dream of being stars when they were kids. They dreamt of visiting them. They're the Rocket Men.
Elon Musk is probably the most fun billionaire. This is a guy who really dreamed about space.
Musk made his fortune launching PayPal and Tesla Motors. And now the guy who was once a young sci-fi fanatic uses his extra cash to make his space hobby real.
Elon Musk created SpaceX, a space transport company that creates reusable rockets and spaceships.
So the thing about is that it's important that the rocket stages be able to come back, to be able to return to the launch site and be ready to launch again within a matter of hours.
He created the Dragon V2, which can carry up to 7 passengers to the International Space Station. You know what? It can land with the precision of a helicopter.
I'm impressed by anyone who has that much money who's still ambitious. If I were them, I'd be lying in a gold-plated hammock drinking diamond margaritas.
But playing with big rockets is just step one. His ultimate goal? Colonizing Mars.
Mars is you know, as a sort of, it's a fixer-upper of a planet, but we could make it work.
I mean, of course, when you're a billionaire, you want to go into outer space. There's so much unused real estate out there that you could make a fortune on.
Imagine journeying to Mars. It takes you 10 months. By the time you land, you already hate your neighbors.
And some future billionaires grow up wanting to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Meet the wannabe superhero.
When you're a little kid, there's a superhero, someone that you want to emulate, and you run around and dress up like them. And if you're a billionaire, you get to do that at full scale when you're a grown-up.
Remember our friend Petter Stordalen, the Norwegian guy in the disco ball? That's the one. When he plays superhero, he takes it to new heights. He used another of his hotel openings in 2012 to cast himself in his own little action movie, exiting a helicopter and racing down the side of the hotel in true action hero fashion.
Whatever happened to the opening of a new hotel with the scissors and the big ribbon? This guy took it to a whole new level.
What little boy wouldn't want to jump off a building and dangle from it like Spider-Man?
He is a better Spider-Man than any Spider-Man in any movie we've seen so far.
Stordalen's Spider-Man was his big-budget remake of Virgin CEO Richard Branson's 2007 PR leap from bombs in Vegas. But his was a bit less badass.
Watching Richard Branson jump from the roof of the Palms was pretty painful. It looked like it physically pained him to do that, and you have to wonder if he regretted it halfway down.
He looked like he was going to throw up. It was actually a very poignant moment.
But if you're gonna be a superhero, you're gonna need superhero gadgets. Elon Musk dropped almost $1 million on James Bond's Lotus from The Spy Who Loved Me. And Chick-fil-A founder S. Truett Cathy bought himself the Batmobile from Batman Returns for $250,000.
I can't think of any reason that you wouldn't want to own a Batmobile.
I'm Batman. But the ultimate superhero purchase will make you feel invincible. A 3-piece bulletproof suit.
My name is David Tran, and I'm head of special projects at Garrison Bespoke here in Toronto. The cost for the bulletproof suits can go as high as $50,000. The cloth on the outside can be any cloth, but internally the magic is the bulletproof material, which is a nanotechnology that we had to source.
Sounds pretty sweet. Are you wearing a bulletproof suit right now?
Right now, I'm not wearing a bulletproof suit.
Could I shoot you right now?
No, you can't shoot me right now. Exactly how it's constructed and formulated, we don't know. Those are patented secrets for the contractor that we work with.
So I could shoot you and it would bounce right off.
You can shoot me if I'm wearing a bulletproof suit.
So...
You can't shoot me right now, no.
Okay. So how's the fit?
This is an example of a 3-piece bulletproof suit using a power suiting pinstripe fabric. The buttonhole, we spend 5 to 7 hours sewing this so it's extremely fine. And then, of course, it's put in a 3-piece suit and you can't tell that it's bulletproof.
But the true test of a bulletproof suit's wearability? How good it looks while exiting a McLaren 650S supercar. Well, he looks a little constipated. But the suit looks great. And now the ultimate test. Being shot at close range by this guy. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. That can't feel good. Whoops. You missed the suit. Too bad it's not a bulletproof tie. So, how's our guy doing? Looks like models aren't so brave after all. And how'd the suit perform?
You can see that the marksman was aiming for the heart region. You can just see here that there's some punctures went through the jacket, and it's actually gone through. But this is where the magic happens, and it's actually stopped. You can actually see the bullets protruding, and that would prevent it from going into somebody's body.
Yep, that's the goal. Coming up, screw toys. These billionaires can afford to play with the real thing.